But first, make sure to knock out the like button in the next 5 seconds.
Do you ever just get down on your knees and thank God that you know me?
All right, Richtech Robotics are our stock. They did what they always do, which is they didn't offer it, unfortunately. This is why I said yesterday. Oh, just burped, my bad. Just finished having a Coke, which I shouldn't be drinking Coke, but, you know, if there's Coke, I'm going to drink Coke. That's why Coke stock continues to go higher. Anyways, Richtech Robotics Inc. launches new 100 million at the money offering. I got to give them their props. They're very good at giving out these offerings, usually at near top. So clearly they must have someone in the company that tells them, hey, if you're going to do an offering, do it right now. Because most companies tend to do it like down here. Or they do it at the bottom and then it breaks down and goes lower. So thankfully they did it up here. They took advantage. A lot of companies, especially because we know it's a company that's growing. Come on, guys, let's keep it real. It's a company that's growing. So it's not going to immediately go to the moon, right? It's not going to immediately skyrocket, in one day. Even this pump here, it took 1, 2, 3 days, and then 3 days of pumping, and then it, now it's coming on down. That offering, of course, didn't help, but these companies aren't going public to not raise money. My goodness, am I getting, why am I getting Olay ads? Now I'm getting another silly ad, and why can't I click off of it? Okay. So Richtech Robotics Inc. launches new 100 million at the money offering, effective September 12, 2025. And let's see. Replaces a prior agreement, includes provisions for sales through various market methods. So, whatever. It's whatever. If it's gonna fall, let it fall, and it's a good thing because we get the opportunity to buy it cheap. That's it. That's all there is to it. Too many people don't overthink it. Like again, if you are running a business and you go public, you need to raise funds to grow the company. So this is expected. This is what you would do. You would absolutely raise money so you can grow the company, and ideally, shareholders get a return on their investment over the course of, years. So you have to be aware of why that is, right? Why they do this, why they dilute. That's really what it is. It's dilution. Thankfully, when this thing gets hype, when it gets going, it runs, right? We've seen this before. This isn't the first pump we've gotten. Look here, it ran from a low of 50 to $5 here. This thing gets its big pumps every year. It's just a matter of buying when it's cheap at that purple line and then waiting for the big pump, right? If you bought at the purple line here, look at that surge. Even if you bought at $1 at the purple line, that's a 5x. The money is there to be made. Please be patient. Let it come down to that purple line. It's really that simple. Patreon.com/shades and treats. If you want alerts, it's an alerts Discord. So all you do is just I'll alert something, and you can jump right in. And I even have a trade tracker. So you can go here, click on this Shades Excel table. There's an Excel table there, and you can see exactly what positions I'm loaded, how much, and that's it. It's an alerts Discord, so that's there if you want to join. Not necessary, of course. You can just follow the videos. It's up to you. It depends on the individual and what they're looking to accomplish. But ultimately, this offering, opportunity. Take it. NVIDIA had good earnings and it's dropping. Let that sink in. That doesn't even make sense. NVIDIA's dropping, that's good. That means we're going to have some pressure to the downside. So I would look to buy this one under $2. Wait for 2 and under. This is opportunity here, this offering. Let me see, what is this? Enters agreement. Oh no, that's the same thing. Did the ratings get downgraded? Someone downgraded it? Someone downgraded it to sell from buy? Why? The firm says the recent share rally overshoots the company's fundamentals. Oh man, they must be short or something. That's just silly. But we would expect it to come down anyways. If they're going to short it, even better. Thanks. Bring it down nice and cheap, please. Let's see these ratings updates. $3, $3.15. So they think it's over. It looks like a lot of these people think it's overvalued right now. which, man, if they're shorting it, that's, please. With that offering on top of that, we should see this come down. That's going to be great. I want this under $2. I will buy this thing. This bottom has held, by the way, if we're looking at the technicals here, this bottom has held since February 24, 2025. So it might go, if it goes for an entire year without ever breaking below 170s and recovering, because here it did come down as low as 134, but again, it was nothing more than opportunity. This is a bottom that's holding. Every time it consolidates down here, we eventually get a big push to $3, and that's again, it's about buying when it's at 2 and under. So if it does, when it does go to 3, you take your 50%. If it goes above 3, great, you're gonna make 100% or more. Yeah, that's just us looking at the pattern. Let me look at the monthly, just make sure. Let me see if there's a pattern here. So the monthly, May we get a pump, March we get a pump, March, April, May, June, July, August. What, every 3 months we get a pump? Is that what I'm taking away here? That's interesting. Again, we pay attention to the patterns. Let's switch over to the patterns. There we go. Where's my label? Patterns. So if we look at the monthly time frame, because a lot of you, if you don't know this, August tends to be kind of for the stock market, right? If you haven't noticed, we're just kind of going nowhere. Like Nvidia's hasn't broken out to new highs. A lot of stocks are just stagnating. Bitcoin's just kind of, again, going sideways. I think you can see here. It's just going nowhere. I mean, it's coming down to the purple line, which is, I hope it does. That's going to be opportunity. But you can see on the weekly time frame, we're just going sideways for weeks now, for almost 2 months, which is horrible. But that's just kind of how it is around this time. It just gets really slow. So we look at these patterns on the monthly time frame and try to figure out, like, is there a pattern here? Do we get like a pump every 3 months? Because that's important information to know. Like, if we know for a fact that every 3 to 4 months we get a pump, then it's just a matter of buying cheap and waiting out those months. That's the biggest problem people have, is the waiting. Everyone wants to get rich quick, but no one wants to wait. You know, they want to time the exact bottom, and immediately as soon as they buy it, it's always in the green, and it just kabooms, right? Just goes straight up. You can see here on the monthly time frame, the bottom is, anytime it's under $2, it's a buy. But the bottom is at 183 on the monthly time frame. Again, we're looking at the monthly. So that, you know, very clear trading range to abuse. That's what we like to do, abuse patterns. And it always goes to like 280 to 3 when it gets that big pump. And the funny thing is, if we pay close attention here, so we got a big pump here in December of 2024, right? Let's see if we get a pattern, then 2 red months, right? Then another pump here to a high of 270 here in March. So what we had to wait 3 months for the big pump, for the next big pump. Then here we got another red candle in April. Then May we got another pump. So again, maybe there's a pattern here. And then we had 2 red months, right? June and July, and then another big pump in August. So is there a pattern here? I don't know. You guys tell me, do you see a pattern here? It seems to me, and you know, you don't have to take my word for it. It seems to me like every time we get a pump, it's followed by, you know, a month or 2 of red. Does that make sense? Like, this is why it's important to look at these higher time frames. I don't even look at anything below that daily time frame, because I don't care about the 4 hour, 1 hour. I want to know big picture, what's going on with the stock. What are their big picture patterns? Too many people, again, they don't look at the higher time frames because, you know, people want the quick bucks. They want to look at the 5-minute, jump in and get out real quick with $50 over and over and over again. That's called day trading. I'm not a day trading Discord. I'm a swing trader. We want to position ourselves cheap when things are at a discount, right? I like buying Domino's. Why? Because they give me a 50% discount. And so in fact, they sent me another coupon, and I'm like, well, I already ate my fettuccine, my white sauce pizza. I like the white sauce pizza with jalapenos and sausage and bacon. It's so good if you like, you know, that white sauce. But and their pasta. I tried their pasta and one of their sandwiches. It was all right, better than Subway. Let me put it that way, you know. But Subway's a pretty low bar. Let's be real. But our stock. It seems to me like every pump on the monthly time frame is followed by 2 red months or a red month. So what does that mean? It means, okay, we got the big pump. We would expect, like always, right? If this is always happening every time we get a big green candle on the monthly, and it's almost the end of the month, we only got, 2-3 days, then we would expect the next 2 months to be kind of right? We would expect like 2 red months, maybe just 1. We'll see what happens. But every time we touch the top of this range, as you can see here, we get 2 red months. We touch the top of this range here, 2 red months. Here we did not touch the top of the range, and we only had 1 red month. Here we touched the top of the range. What would we expect, guys? Just based on patterns, what would we expect? You know what I'm saying. We would expect 2 red months to follow. This is why I tell people to, like, be careful chasing, because, you don't want to be stuck holding a bag for 2 months. Because if you buy up here and you hold a bag all the way down, then when it comes back up, you're just getting your bag out. Whereas if you're patient and wait those months out, you buy nice and cheap here under $2. I would look to buy under 2. You accumulate under 2. Then when it has that big pump again, you're not getting your bag out because you didn't buy up here. You're actually making like 50 to 100% depending on how far it goes. So this is why it's important to look at those monthly time frame patterns. This is why we're so good at swing trading. But it requires a lot of patience, right? Some people join my Discord and leave because they're like, I just bought this stock and I have to wait 2 months, Shades. What the hell? But that's how you make the big bucks, guys. Have you ever wondered how people get in before the big pump? That's how you do it. Look at this. So I would say, based on previous patterns, we're going to get 1 or 2 months of red. 2 months is really what it seems like. So please wait and buy at the purple line or on the daily, right? Like at around 213 is where the purple line is. Buy around there. It always comes down there, and it always acts as like a support area, or it consolidates around there and then boom, right? That's all. I can only say so much. Obviously, it's up to you as to what you want to do. Some people just can't handle this kind of trading system, if you can call it that. Some people want, money every day. Like, they need to be day trading. They need to be constantly in and out of trades. They need that dopamine hit every day of making, that $50, every 5 minutes or whatever, depending on the time frame they're trading and their setup. But we're about the big swings. So, and just one last thing before I let you go. Don't forget to subscribe if this data and these patterns are helping you. Because a lot of people discover my channel and they realize, like, wow, this guy's, different. Like, the way he sees things, the way he analyzes. I don't know if other people look at the monthly or quarterly time frames. We'll look at the quarterly right now. This is a longer video than expected, but it's important to know these patterns. Like, knowing, like, hey, after a big pump to the top of the range, it has 2 red months to follow. That's important to know, because then like, oh man, those next 2 months are kind of going to suck. Let me see if I can find... oh yeah, here it is. Here, because I asked one of my Discord members, I'm like, hey, let me see if I can find it. Yep, because I kept watching those assholes on YouTube talking about 10x or 20x on those coins will be easy, lol. And then I asked him, like, hey, what made you pick my channel to follow in particular? The style, the bluntness, the keeping it real part, which is pretty much the same thing as the bluntness. I don't know why I repeated myself. The easy strategy, just curious. And then he's like, I like the strategy and the videos made me laugh also. And yeah, I like bluntness because that's how I am too. I just tell it the way it is, no BS. But yeah, I thought maybe I could strike it rich with crypto at first, but now I realize those guys are full of, they're full of it. And there's just a lot of people, I've noticed a lot of influencers, if you can call them that, a lot of finance channels are just kind of trash. Like, they don't really know what the hell they're doing. They're just good at talking and putting on a show. But I'm giving you the real, deal here. Everything's lining up for a drop for the next 2 months. And please buy cheap. Again, it's a robotics company. It's still growing. You're getting in early, but getting in early doesn't mean you buy at the top of a range, right? Buy under 2, please. Buy under 2. Let me read some comments here, because someone left a comment here for Richtech Robotics. For the next decade plus, AI stocks and robotic stocks are going to be the money makers. As people start to realize that we're going to have a lot of R2D2s everywhere. Could it go up again towards 3.5, 13% or even higher? It's dropping a lot in pre-market. Probably not, because of that offering. People hate offerings. And the market as a whole is like slightly down, not really much. But again, based on previous patterns, every time we get a big pump like this, our R tends to come down for 2 months. Good. I wanted to chase yesterday, but told myself not to, and I told them, hey, good discipline. That's something that people lack, is the discipline. Like, they see a stock running and they just want to chase it because they think it's going to go higher, but you never know if you're just buying the top. In your opinion, will the stock drop down to the purple line after this current rate, or will it continue going upwards? It'll come down. It'll come down. Well, I don't need to comment. If he's watching, he'll hear this. If he's watching to the end, no, it'll come down. Even if it trends upwards, it's still gonna come down. it's still going to come down. Here's why, and I'm just going to show you an example so you don't think I'm full of it. Where's Netflix? I think it's Netflix, right? Netflix is a perfect example of this. On the daily time frame, where's the purple line? Okay, you see the pattern? I already drew this pattern before. Well, look at this. It comes down to the purple line. You can see it's trending higher over the long term, right? You can see clearly it's not going sideways. It's literally just going, it's not straight up, but it's going up, right? Up and to the right. But you'll notice as it's going up to the right, it always gives you those discounts. It always comes back to that purple line, and surprise, surprise, rallies again, comes back near the purple line, rallies again, comes back to the purple line, rallies again, back to the purple line, rallies again, close to the purple line. We already bought here. And it will, it's a pattern. It just continues to rinse and repeat this. So why not abuse it, right? So even if Richtech Robotics trends to the upside, just like in Netflix here, like I said, it always comes back to that purple line. Always. There's no stock that just runs away from the purple line and never comes back. It always comes back. I don't know why this works. Don't ask me why. It just does. And I just abuse it, right? I see a pattern and I abuse the pattern. It's that simple. If you're boxing someone and they just keep throwing a jab at your body and their shoulders are, and they're just, their technique is poor and they're just there to be hit. Like if I throw 100 jabs at your body and you see you're going to see the pattern. You're going to be like, well, all I have to do is throw this cross over the top and like right down the middle and his chin's like right there up in the air. Like you would realize that because after 100 punches, you'd realize like, wait, this is just the same pattern. Like he's just doing the same thing over and over again. You would recognize that. Palantir, a perfect example, right? Ran huge from 24 to a high of 124, came back down to the purple line at 72, giving you a massive discount of what? 43%. Rallied huge to 190, maybe it comes back to the purple line and it'll give you a huge discount. So there's never a point where our stock is just going to run away and not come back and give you that discount. That's how you have to think of this purple line. It's the discount zone. It's a great measure of like, hey, am I getting a discount or am I paying a premium? If you pay a premium for it up here, you're just going to hold a bag. And I'm going on too long. I did not expect this video to be almost 20 minutes, but it's just there's a lot to talk about, a lot to get excited about for this company. You can see very clearly on the quarterly, we've just been quarter after quarter of just consolidation here, which is better than trending to the downside. It was previously trending to the downside. Now it's just going sideways. We would expect over the course of years to eventually start climbing higher. Let me look at the Emma's here. Oh yeah. Let me see. Look at the Bollingers. Let me look at the okay. Let's look at the yearly time frame. Funny enough, on the yearly time frame, you'll notice this is the first year we had a big red ear here. This is the first year where we're having a green candle, and let's see if we close on a strong green candle because we still got what 3 months ahead. September, October, November, December. No, 4 months. We still got four months left in the year. So there's a lot that can happen. But looking good here on the yearly time frame. Our first green candle, barely, but a first green candle. Compared to last year, which was just a big red candle here. Either way, this is bullish at under 2. So please start accumulating. You're going to have to trust me. I get it. Some of you who are new are going to be like, I don't know, man. This purple line stuff, really, it's that simple, just a purple line. It is simple, but the problem is people don't have patience, right? Like, you have to wait maybe a few weeks for it to come down nice and cheap. And then you have to wait a few months for it to finally get the next big pump, right? Like, people who bought here, they had to wait months. It's not like it immediately pumped, right? All these people accumulating here in this range had to wait a few months for it to finally get that big pump. So it's the patience part. It's the part where you have to wait. Again, that's why I said if you want to join the Discord, patreon.com/shades and trades, it's worth it. People have been telling me like, dude, you make it so simple and you're so blunt about it. It's up to you. But man, I'm telling you, please do not let this opportunity pass by. That's it for the video. I don't want to go on too long. That's it for this episode of the Stock Market Show. Patreon.com/shades and trades if you want to join the private Discord for trade alerts. As you can see here, Shane, cool, thanks, man. I made over 50%. I'm really excited. I really appreciate your work. I did take profit. I love this. Jeff, advice on when to buy and sell makes the difference of thousands of dollars. $50 a month is well worth it. Virgilus, Shades Houstings, sitting on 1,600 shares of Sound, up 21%. Shall I keep holding? So again, patreon.com/Shades and Trades for trade alerts. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys. Risk is managed, I let it dance. If it breaks below